Good evening, all of you. Welcome to the physics class on motion, class 9th as per CBSE syllabus. This video we are sharing for education purposes only on behalf of Ambition Vedic classes. In the last class, we studied about, in previous classes, we studied about different types of motion. Then we have studied about speed, velocity, and acceleration, how to calculate it, and how these values are useful to understand the motion or the movement of an object. But in addition to that, there is another way of representing, an easier way to represent an information and to study a motion. In today's class, we are going to study about something called graphical methods, how graphs are useful in understanding or explaining the method or motion or of an object. So first of all, graphical representation means what? Graphical representation means presenting an information in the form of graphs. So in mathematics, we all have studied about pie chart, bar graph. So this is one way of representing an information. Okay, and with the help of graph, it is very easy to understand the information, how things are changing or happening, or it is also very easy to understand, or get a conclusion, the result out of that graphical representation. So whenever we take the help of a graph, it is very easy to understand a motion, to plot an information, present an information. Instead of making a very big table of thousand lines, we can simply put a small graph, and that will be enough. So it is quick way of representing an information also. So first of all, a graphical representation is nothing but it presents or represents information in the form of a graph. Okay, so some information when represented in the form of a graph, information when represented in the form of a graph is known as graphical representation. Number one. Very importantly, it is also the most easiest method by which we can understand type of a motion, and we can get the information out of it about the motion. We can study motion, and quick way to find out different types of motion. In previous classes, maybe 8th standard or 7th standard, we have studied that there are many types of motion: linear motion, non-linear motion, rotational motion, oscillatory motion. All these things, simply by looking at the graph, we can say what type of motion is happening. So today we will try to understand how to study a graph, okay, and how to understand the graph. So first of all, the first graph that we should study is known as distance time graph. Now, why this graph is called a distance time graph, and what are the basic ways to find out information? A graph, generally in mathematics, we use x-axis and y-axis. So you can see here, this is a graph, okay, and as you can see, on x-axis, on the horizontal axis, we have time, and on y-axis or vertical axis there is a distance. Okay, so whenever we refer a graph, the first name which is there goes to y-axis, and the second thing is plotted on the x-axis, very importantly. So y-axis and x-axis. The distance time graph is basically a graph in which uh, distance is plotted on x-axis. How much distance the vehicle has traveled is plotted on x-axis, and how much time it took, it is plotted on y-axis, sorry, x-axis. That is why it is known as a distance time graph, a graph which provides information or gives information on distance traveled by an object in a given time is known as a distance time graph. Okay, so distance time graph basically is a graph in which distance information of a distance is plotted on x-axis, distance traveled by an object, sorry, y-axis, and time is taken by an object is plotted on x-axis. So y-axis, and this is an x-axis. Fine. Now, basically. So as you can see here, the graph here what we have plotted, okay, so there is a mistake, all the values are 10 10 10. I'll request all of you to kindly change it. This should be 10 20 30 and 40, okay. Or I'll correct it next time definitely. So this is distance traveled by an object, and that is time taken by an object. So when we plot the information, this is a straight line. As you can see, if the graph between distance and time is basically a straight line, okay. So whenever a graph is a straight line and it is passing through this origin, if the graph, distance time graph, is a straight line and it is passing through the origin, okay, then it is said that the motion is a uniform motion, okay. So if a graph, distance time graph, is a straight line which is passing through the motion, then we say the motion is nothing but uniform motion. Uniform means constant velocity. We have seen that in uniform motion the velocity of an object is always constant, fine. So it is a straight line whenever there is a distance time graph is a straight line which is passing through the origin. As we can see here, this crossing, a straight line passing through the origin always shows a uniform motion. It shows that the velocity of an object is always constant at any point. Now how to find out why the velocity is constant? So this is a straight line. If we take any point on a straight line, every point has two values. To obtain the value of a distance, at the put a point on the straight line and draw a horizontal line. Wherever this horizontal line intersects the y-axis, that is the value of a distance, and wherever it intersected, then draw a vertical line, and wherever this vertical line cuts the x-axis timeline, that is the time taken. So from here, from point A, we can say that the object has traveled 10 20 30. The object has traveled 30 meters of a distance and it has taken 20 seconds of time. Time taken is 20 second, which is obtained on x-axis, and distance traveled by an object is 30 meters. We need a correction here, okay. So this is how, for every value of the time, okay, for every value of time and distance, we can draw horizontal lines, and wherever this horizontal line cut each other, that will be the point of interest. So if this is how the information is obtained. And if we can see here that when the object, when the initially the object, whichever is maybe vehicle, initially the distance traveled by the vehicle here is 0 and the time was also 0. That means the vehicle was at rest, it was not moving, it was initially at rest. So when the distance and time both are 0, that means the vehicle is at rest. Then the vehicle started moving. The vehicle has traveled a distance of 10 meter in 5 seconds. Then the vehicle has traveled a distance of 20 meters in 10 seconds. Then the vehicle has traveled a distance of 30 meters in 20 seconds, right? Then also very important is that from distance time graph we can calculate what was the speed of an object. Now how to find the speed of an object? For that you need to understand there is something called slope of a distance time graph. Now what is the meaning of slope? Slope means inclination, how much inclined this line is. That inclination tells us what was the speed of a graph. So the slope of distance time graph always gives us the speed of an object. Distance upon time is nothing but speed, whereby the distance is on y-axis and time is plotted on x-axis. So speed is equals to distance upon time, okay. And the formula for slope, or to find the inclination, how much inclined this line is. If the line is straight exactly, the inclination is infinity. If the line is completely horizontal, then the inclination is 0, okay.